Hello Pokemon card collectors, today I'm going to be ranking every illustration rare in the Scarlet and Violet, and in this part 1 I'm going to be going from Scarlet and Violet base set into Paldea Evolved, then we're going to be taking a look at Pokemon 151, and finally Obsidian Flames. So let's get right into it with this Tarantula card, the baby spider. It's gonna go in the D tier. I know that it has a cipher in it, which is cool, but the art style is just a little bit flat for me. Next up, the Dolive. Again, nothing too much to write home about in terms of the Pokemon and the design of the card. I'd rather spend time maybe talking about some others, so let's just fly through these. The speedy little tentacle thing, I kind of think that the art style in this card is pretty cool, but yeah, I'm gonna leave space for some better cards. The Scovillain, again, I'm just not a huge fan of the food Pokemon, and this is kind of like a chili, isn't it? So yeah, the art style's kind of cool. I like that it's in a town, but yeah, I think we're gonna keep going strong with the D tier. So this card, I really like this card, the Armarouge. If you've seen my video on the top 10 cards in Scarlet and Violet, you'll have heard kind of how much I like this card. I think this card has got to be in the A tier. It's just stunning. It's just such a beautiful card, so much detail, and it really shows the Pokemon in a really great light, in my opinion. Now we've got this Slowpoke card. I don't really understand what the hype about this card is, why it's quite so expensive. It's kind of a clean card, I get that. I like the drawing style, and that's why I'm going to put it in the B tier. But it's not, it's not an incredibly beautiful card, and the Pokemon is very tiny on it, so for those reasons it's going to go in the B tier. This Clauncher card as well, I really like. It's got a really nice colouring to it, and yeah, maybe not the most iconic Pokemon, but yeah, I think it's a solid B tier. Wiglet, yeah. Dondozo, again, not too much to say about these cards. I think the Pokemon just kind of, they're just not awesome looking Pokemon. That's just my opinion. There might be some huge fans of these Pokemon, but I'm going to try and keep it as authentic as possible to what I actually think, maybe create some discussion, but yeah, that's pretty much where I'm going with this. The Pachirisu I really like. Again, B tier is not these cards suck. B tier is these are really gorgeous cards. But I just want to keep the top tiers for the top tier cards. Pawmi, I think this is the first C tier. I think it's a really nicely done artwork and kind of a pretty card, but it's not quite in that B tier category for me. Drowsy, this one is gonna upset people. I mean, it's a really interesting card. Really kind of iconic almost artwork, but again, I look at these cards in terms of the Pokemon design, in terms of the story. I think I'm gonna have to put it, tempted to put it in the A tier, but I'm just gonna have it in the B tier for now. So now we've got this Ralts card. This is a really gorgeous card and a really awesome Pokemon. It's going in the A tier. I would put the Curlier in the A tier as well, but again, I think the Ralts card just has a little bit of a more interesting story. I know it's a storyline card between, the generations, but the way they're kind of unpacking boxes, there's like hopeful optimism. Again, I talked about this card in my Scarlet and Violet top 10 video that I did the other week, and yeah, this one is definitely my favorite, and for that reason I'll put the Curlier in the B tier. Fido is actually a really cool artwork. I'm just not a massive fan of the Pokemon, but I do like the artwork with it staring in the window and the reflection of it. I think it goes in the C tier for me. With the Greavard, yeah, it's just not it's just not a very cool Pokemon to me, and you know that might be unpopular, but you know, again, I'm just trying to stay true to how I actually feel about the cards and not super like be influenced by price and all of those things. So this is the first card that I think has a shout at the S tier. I'm not going to put it in the S tier because I think it's not a true chase card, but for me it is the best card in the Scarlet and Violet base set by quite a long way. So it's going to go in the A tier. It's just such a different artwork, such a cool Pokemon, and I really love the coloring of it as well. So it's definitely going in the A tier. Standout, I mean, believe it or not, I quite like this 3D, you know, the rendering style, how it's kind of so hyper detailed. So I'm going to put it in the C tier. Clorf, the crab. I mean, this Pokemon just wants to be Corphish, doesn't it? But it could never be as iconic. So yeah, bye bye Clorf. This is a Mabosstiff card. Again, I'm sorry, I mean, this might seem a bit harsh, but I really want to, you know, do it as if, you know, what my actual opinion is, and, you know, so be it. The Bombardier, this is a nice artwork, but again, yeah, I'm just about going to put it in the C tier. Might change my opinion. The King Gambit, I really wasn't a fan of this Pokemon, and recently there was an episode in the Pokemon Horizons which I'm watching with my son, and this they were at this kind of restaurant, and the King Gambit was like making noodles and it was pounding this dough, and I just found that really funny. And so it kind of endeared me to this Pokemon a little bit. But yeah, I think I'm gonna. It's kind of cool with all of those little minions as well. So yeah, I'm tempted to put it in the C tier. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the D tier. Starly. So yeah, I think this is an example of a classic kind of B tier card. I think it's a really clean design, a really beautiful card. I love the foreground, middle ground, background thing going on, and yeah, let's put that in the B tier. Squavit, my son really likes this card. Let's put it in the C tier. Not too much to say about it. Kind of a peaceful, nice artwork. So let's do that. Heracross, straight in the A tier. Not quite an S tier card, but definitely one of my favorites from Paldea Evolved. There are just some amazing cards in Paldea Evolved, which we'll get onto. But yeah, this one is definitely up there. Tropius, again, I really enjoy this card. It's like a kind of really sketchy style card, really beautiful colors, really cool early generation Pokemon. Yeah, going in the B tier. Sprigatito, I just think there's more they could have done with this card. It just kind of falls a little bit flat for me. I recently saw there's I think it's a Chinese card that came out with some of the Horizons characters on, and there's a Sprigatito and Liko card in that, which I think is so cool. But this one, yeah, although some people might say it's kind of beautiful, I think it just falls a little bit flat for me. Now the Florigato, I actually think this one's a good amount better. I really like this card. I think there's so much detail in it. I love the composition, and I really love, yeah, just the way it's perched up there and the detail of the artwork. So I'm going to put it in the B tier. This card, what is it? A bush. yeah, the bush goes down there. Now we've got this Fletchinder card. I think this is a really nice card. I'm tempted to put it in the B tier, but I don't want to go too crazy in the B tier, because I know there's, you know, this is really, I'm trying to be a little bit harsher on cards. And yeah, that's gonna go in the, this one's giving me a bit of trouble. I'm gonna put it in the B tier because I think that the coloring of the card is really nice, and it's kind of a unique artwork in a way. So I'm gonna go in the B tier. The Pyroar it's a nice artwork. It's just not a crazy awesome artwork. The Fuecoco, I'm actually gonna put it in the B tier. I think out of all of that whole kind of line, I do like the Skeledirge SIR as well. This Fuecoco is really cool. And then the Crocodile with that kind of squash thing on his head, it's an intriguing design. And yeah, I mean, Pokemon just make such awesome designs, don't they, for their Pokemon? And you know, they're never boring, which I really appreciate. Now, this card, I think everyone knows where this card is going. It's going straight in the S tier because I think it has to be the most iconic illustration rare that they've printed. And yeah, I mean, everyone loves this card. It's just, I mean, there's probably a million videos talking about this card, so I won't go into too much detail. But yeah, the artist is quickly becoming one of the more iconic modern artists. I really love that Galarian Moltres promo he did. But yeah, this Magikarp is awesome, awesome, awesome. The Marill, yeah, I'm tempted to put it in the A tier, but again, I don't want to dilute things too much. Now that I'm looking at this A tier, I'm thinking about that Armorage again. I'm kind of thinking about that again. If I'm gonna put the Marill in the A tier, I'm gonna put the Marill in there. I think it's a lot cleaner. It's an earlier generation Pokemon. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop the Armorage down, and I'm gonna drop the Fuecoco down. I'm sorry if that upsets anyone, and I'm gonna drop the Crocodile. Let's just go crazy. Let's do that. The ICQ, yeah, this one's a nice card. But yeah, if I'm gonna put the Crocodile down there, then ICQ's got to join him, I think. The Quaxly and the Quaquaval, whatever it is, the guy who, they love themselves, don't they? And they're in the mirror, and yeah, it's kind of a cool story. I know a lot of people really like the Quaxly, and I think I'm one of those people. It's growing on me. It's quite cute, and yeah, I'm gonna put it in the C tier, and I'm gonna put his big bro with him. The Frigibax, yeah, so I really like the Rainbow Road, but I just cannot get past how strange the Pokemon looks in the middle of this card, just kind of floating there. It kind of doesn't look like a Pokemon. It kind of looks like some weird kind of thing. I don't really know how to describe it. I'm going to put him down there for now. So the Arctobax and the Baxcalibur are really, really cool cards. This Arctobax I really like. So I'm going to put that one in the B tier. But just because I think there's so much personality and so much story within the artwork, especially like these weird little spaces inside the trees. And when you look at the artwork, you just feel like what is going on in the artist's head. Like this, it's crazy, but crazy in a great way. The Baxcalibur, I think the actual part of the Pokemon is really well drawn and really cool. And then the card itself, for me, there's just so much going on. I know it's like a favorite for some people, But yeah, I'm gonna put it in the C tier for now. I might move it up, but just because I like the Arctobax a little bit more, I'm gonna put that one in the B tier. And again, B is cards that are really great cards in my opinion, and C is still great cards. And the ones that I don't like so much, I'm putting in the D tier, and that's kind of how I'm doing it. Here we have another S tier contender, this Raichu. It's between A tier and S tier, but I think it edges S tier for me. This card is so unique and it's so cool with the way it's the pastel colors, the composition, the way the Pokemon's just lying there. You really get to appreciate the character design of the card. And yeah, it's a really iconic Pokemon, probably one of the best Raichu artworks ever made. And yeah, for that reason, it goes into the S tier. So now we have Miss Magius. This card is really, really beautiful. I really love it. Kind of leads you in with the circles and with the framing of the Pokemon in the middle. I'm tempted to put it in the A tier. Is that crazy? I think it's such a detailed artwork. I'm going to put it in the A tier. It's a really unique artwork. It kind of reminds me of the Galarian Moltres alternate art in terms of the artwork. I don't really know why. But yeah, it's a really beautiful card, and I'm going to put it in the A tier for now. So Gothorita, I think this is a classic C tier card, a really well done card, kind of a cool Pokemon. And yeah, I don't hate this card at all. So I don't hate the D tier cards. I think all the Scarlet and Violet cards, illustration rares, are some of the best we've ever seen, and that's why I'm doing this video. Sandygast, he can go down there as well. I don't want to dwell on these cards too much. I think this is like a Rabskia or something. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know the new ones so much, but there are some that I really like, obviously. The Tinkertink and the Tinkertuff. This one, I think, is a B tier, and this one, I think the artwork on this one is really cool. This one is just the way I think it kind of looks a little bit more in line with the SIR card, which I really love as well. And this one, I think there's just not as much going on. So that's why I'm putting this one in the B tier and that one in the C tier. The Paldea and Tauros as well. I mean, this is a contender for A tier. It has to be said. I don't want to go too crazy on the A tier, but yeah, it's again, when you look at this card lined up with all these tiles, it really stands out, doesn't it? I think I'm going to put this one in the A tier. And Sudowoodo, yeah, he's going to go... I think I'm going to put him in the B tier. I think it would be a little bit over compensating to put him in the A tier because the Pokemon is so small on the artwork, but then the artwork is very clean and I like it a lot. The Nacli, do I put this one above the D tier? It is a nice looking artwork, but yeah, I think he's just edging C tier for me right now, but I think that he's susceptible to get pushed down, let's put it that way. The Paldean Wooper, I love the Paldean Wooper and I love the Paldean Clodsire. They're just such funny Pokemon, but this artwork, it just doesn't do it for me. It's just a little bit bleak looking, and I'm not a massive fan of the art style. So I'm going to have to be fair. I mean, if Paldean Wooper's down there, Nacli's going to join him. Unfortunately, that's how it goes. So we've got the Tyranitar now. This is an A tier for me. This is a really awesome card. Really, really beautiful. Like, I love the sky in the background. I love how It's such a fan favorite Pokemon, and they really put the Pokemon front and center, and they haven't kind of muddied the water with him at all, which is really great to see. The Grafaiai, this is a cool looking card. I'm not like the hugest fan of the Pokemon, but I think that the illustration has really given it some personality. And yeah, I wouldn't be upset to see this card if I pulled it. I'd be like, wow, it's kind of like so crazy, so much going on. The Orthworm, I mean, how majestic is this beautiful Orthworm? I'm joking, but no, that seemed really harsh. I'm trying not to seem too harsh, but I'm also trying to be realistic about these kind of cards. The Rookidee, this one's a really cool artwork. I really like this card. I mean, I'm tempted to even put it in the B tier, but yeah, I'm just about gonna put it in the C tier. I mean, I've put the Fletchinder up there. I'm tempted to move the Fletchinder down with it if I'm gonna put it in the C tier. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put these guys in the C tier. Hope I haven't. I mean, looking down there though, when you look at the Fletchinder and the Rookidee with those other cards in the C tier, they do seem a little bit stronger. I'm gonna leave it like that for now, but that's subject to change potentially. The Mousehold, this is a favorite for some people. I like this card a lot. I think this is another of those C tier cards. It's a really nice card. The Flamingo, I mean, I like the colors. The Pokemon, though, just not a lot of interest there for me. So I'm going to put him in the D tier as well. Put them. And then the Frigoroth. This one is really nice. This one is a B tier card for me. This one, I just love the kind of rule of thirds with the foreground, middle ground, background. Again, it's just the way that the hand-drawn art style of it is really cool, and the way that there's so much detail in the face of it is, and then you've got this kind of like washy background. I think that's so cool. The Dunsparce, this one's cool as well. I mean, I'm tempted to put it in the C tier just because of Dunsparce, really. I mean, I grew up in the EX era, and there's some really cool it sounds really weird, there's some really cool Dunsparce cards in the EX series, but yeah, let's just power on. Bulbasaur, this guy is really cool. Bulbasaur's going in the A tier. I think that artwork is amazing. I think it's such a beautiful artwork. The Ivysaur, I mean, he has to be a step down from Bulbasaur. Not saying it's not an awesome card. It is an awesome card. That's why I'm putting it in the B tier. But I think the Bulbasaur is just a little bit cooler for me. Again, I kind of feel the same way, but a little bit the other way around with the Charmander and I forgot the Charmeleon. So the Charmander for me goes in the B tier, and the Charmeleon goes in the A tier. It's the way that the lava is dripping down, and the way that there's more white space in the background of the Charmeleon is why I think it's a much cooler looking card. That's just my reasoning. The Squirtle, I really want to love this card, but the way that it's kind of looking, it just looks kind of creepy in a way, the face of the Squirtle. But yeah, I could see, I really like the background of this card and the beach style. I'm not going to put it down in the C tier. That would be incredibly unfair to Squirtle, but I'm going to put him in the B tier. So the Wartortle, I think, although is a much more awesome card. Again, this one is even close to the S tier. It's even close to the S tier for me, because when you look at this card amongst all of these other cards, it really stands out because of how beautiful the blue coloring on it is. I am tempted to put it in the S tier. I've made a promise about 10 cards and under for the S tier, and I feel that if I throw cards like that into the S tier, I'm not going to make it. So let's just keep powering on. The Caterpie is a B tier card. It's a really nice card. The Pikachu is an A tier card. I really love the cartoon style. I think it's really, really cool. I don't want to take too long. I feel like I'm taking way too long. The Nidoking, let's put him in it's between B and C for me. I think if he's going to go in the C tier, there are other cards in that B tier that I would have to drop. So I'm going to put him in the B tier for now. Psyduck, this is an easy A tier card for me. This is such a cool artwork, just the way it's standing there, perplexed as usual. I mean, what more would you want from a Psyduck card? It's just so funny and so cool. Poliwhirl, again, I love this card. These artworks in 151 are so nice. I think this Poliwhirl is one of those that is just really nice. Machoke, he has to go down for me. I'm sorry, I love Machamp and Machoke and Machop, but yeah, this Machoke kind of misses a little bit for me. Same with the Tangela, maybe more to do with the Pokemon than the artwork. But there we have it. Mr. Mime goes in the D tier. Omanyte is a really nice card. I think this one's really cool. Again, I'm going to have to put it in that C tier. So here we have this. I was about to say S tier contender. It's not even a contender. This is an S tier card. It's absolutely beautiful. I love this kind of architectural bridge. It's ethereal, it's stunning, it's an awesome Pokemon, and it's going straight in the S tier. So Gloom. Gloom is a nice card. I like this one a lot. Again, when you look at it compared to other cards on this list, it really does stand out. I think just because of the Pokemon design, I'm going to put it in the B tier. But it's got to be, the best Gloom card out there. Ninetales, again, it is a contender, but I think it has to go in the S tier. It is just such a gorgeous card. And again, I know I keep saying this, but when you look at it against these other cards, it is just so unique and so beautiful. I mean, how good does that Dragonair look next to that Ninetales? I mean, what I'm looking for in these S tier cards I think these are chase cards. I think these are cards that people are going to be looking for a long time. The Palafin, creating his own new row down there. Is that a bit harsh? Does he need to be in C? The artwork's cool. I mean, I think I like the one from Paldea Fates a little bit more. Bellybolt, again, I think this one's slightly interesting because of the coloring. But yeah, if I'm being fair, I put him in the C tier, but I'm being pretty evil today, so he's going in the D tier. But this Clefairy's not going anywhere near the D tier. This is a stunning card. Probably one of the cleanest looking cards in the entire era. And for that reason, it's going in the A tier. It is just so beautiful and so well done. This Larvitar card, this one really, it's really unfortunate because I love Larvitar. I've spoken about how much I love Tyranitar, but it just looks like it's shoveling through like a giant pile of and I'm not I can't get past it, and I think it's not really helped by the art style either. And I think if I'm being fair, I'm gonna have to put it down in the D tier. So the Houndour is a really nice card. I like this one a lot. This one is between B and C, but I think it's just about edging into the B tier. just because when you're looking at these earlier generation Pokemon as a collector, you really just want to see them represented really clearly and in a really nice illustration. I think that's what this one does. The Scizor is a step above that just because of its unique art style. This one has got to be in the A tier as well. I just love the red colouring. It's kind of this battle landscape. I think it's just really awesome. This is one of those, the car thing, engine thingies, the Vroom. Yeah, the Vroom. Yeah, so the Pidgey line is very cool. I think that this one will go in the C tier, and the Pidgeot for me goes in the B tier. I think this one out of the two cards, I think the SIR edges them both, but this the Pidgey is just a little bit more garish to me, and I think the Pidgeot is a little bit more clean, and I like the colouring a bit more. The yellow for me is pretty garish, like I said. Lechonk, he's just kind of chilling, but yeah, he has to go with all his friends down here.